Hey everybody, this is the next model we're going to build, which is the AMT 1/25th scale 1970.5 Chevy Camaro Z28. It is the split bumper version. If you notice on the real ones, they have a split bumper. There's no bumper that goes in front of the grille. That is one of the giveaways to being a 70.5 Chevy Camaro. Also, one of the things is the short spoiler in the back. They didn't have the big ducktail spoiler on the 70.5 Z28s. And you can tell me or not, but I'm pretty sure that the reason the round lights were here, if it was a Z28, it had round lights here. If not, it would have lights down there. But I'm not exactly sure on that. I'm pretty sure on that, but you can put it in the comments if that's correct. They didn't make a lot of 70.5, and the reason they're called 70.5 is because there was a strike on both the Firebirds and the Camaros in 1970. So they really didn't have a lot of cars manufactured in 70, so they called them 70.5s. They didn't call it a 70.5 for the Firebirds. I don't know why, but Firebirds, especially the formulas, I believe the Trans Ams as well, were short made. There wasn't a whole lot of not a big run. So we're going to go ahead and see what's in this kit, and we'll go ahead and do a full build on this when we come back. Let's see what's in this kit. So first we have the body, well detailed. It doesn't have the back part to it. It does have the front. So, and like AMT kits, they're pretty well detailed with the doors, and it needs the windows and stuff. But we have that. We have the rear of the car with it already has the molded in frame, seat pans. This one has the molded in gas tank right there. Windows, we have the lenses for the small lights and the large lights, and 2 glass windows. We've got the front subframe. If you have one of these that are real, this would be the unibody, and they will all have a subframe, and then you can put frame connectors which would connect this frame to that frame in the unibody. But these were a unibody car, so in real life this is how they were built. Here's the rear deck, or rear back end, however you want to call it. We have a chin spoiler, and here is the part that goes below the headlights. Chrome, there's only so chrome here, you've got the 2 half bumpers, you've got a back bumper, we've got a shifter, and we have the front grille, and that is all the chrome that comes with this. I thought there would be more, and it looked like at some point there was more, but they're not in the box and I don't see them, so maybe they were just deleted by AMT when it was made by round 2. Interior, you have some really fine detailed door panels here, and a nice rear seat, split rear seat there. So we have the wheels, the rally wheels, which the rally wheels on the Z28, they were a steel wheel that was painted gray. They weren't aluminum, they were just gray with a beauty ring on the outside. So we have the inner wheel there. We've got front suspension, springs. We have front seats, 2-piece front seats, piece there, and we have the hose for the, I believe that is the lower hose, maybe it's the top hose for radiator. Alright, you have the other part of the front suspension there with the tie rods and everything. We have a console. We have the hood. No cow induction or anything, it's just a flat basic hood. We have the rear end, shocks. We've got a pumpkin. We've got leaf springs and drive shaft. What is this? Okay, we got exhaust. A different rear end right there. So why we have two rear ends, I don't know. Air cleaner, exhaust, and this looks like a roll bar. I don't know why you would have a roll bar there. Oh no, this is okay. This is the exhaust. So it's a dual exhaust that comes out the back. So these both go into the dual exhaust there. All right. I say that's kind of weird to have a roll bar. And we have the engine here. So we got the engine. We've got heads that show lifters. We've got nothing chrome on the engine. The engine is all painted. There's water pump and valve covers, manifold, exhaust, firewall. We have the coolant system right there, some other little things here and there, and then of course the dashboard. That's all for all the orange molded thing. We've got 4 black tires. They're rubber, they're not hollow, they're solid, but they have good track on it, but they don't have any lettering on them. And then the last thing we have is the 4 rear taillights that kind of look like the Corvette taillights for this year. And last thing, final thing we have is the decal sheet, which you have white stripes for the hood and the trunk lid, black stripes for the hood and the trunk lid. We have the gauges right there. We have Z28 emblems right there. We've got the 350, I guess it's a 350. So we have a Z there, these 3 Z's, and Camaro. And then we have for the air cleaner there, and then we have different license plates, 70 Z28 or the Chevy license plates if you want to use some front license plates. So that's pretty much it. We're not keeping this orange at all. So these are going to be a different color. I'm not really sure yet. A friend of mine, Rick Kahn, I grew up with, he's on Facebook with us. If you know me personally or grew up in Warrington with us, you know Rick had a blue, dark blue, with I think it had black stripes, if I remember right. We're talking the 1980s. But it was dark blue with black stripes. And so we might do that one. It had black interior, I believe. So we could do his. It was a really, really nice car. Or we might just paint it white and use black stripes, or paint it gloss black and do white stripes. If we do a white interior, maybe we'll do gloss black with a white interior and white stripes. Or we could do white with black stripes and a black interior, or like I said, maybe do Ricky's car. I haven't figured it out yet. I have paint for all of them. So we'll get started. We're going to put all the sub-assemblies together first, and I'll come back with those, and then after that we'll go to paint. So I'll see you when we come back with all the sub-assemblies done. So we've got our body parts over there that have to get painted. We've built the front suspension. We put on the subframe here onto the unibody. This will get painted. I have to paint a couple things before we put the rear suspension. So we have the rear suspension. I don't know why it came with 2 axles. It comes with 2 axles. Don't know why. So, but we're going to use the one that's number 100 because that's what it says to use in the directions. But we've got a lot of rear suspension parts that we're going to paint. So they're going to be painted there. And then we also have exhaust pieces that have to be painted a different color. So we'll paint those. We have the wheels that are silver with chrome on the outside. Or we could just paint them however we want to paint them. We can figure this out. Or I actually have a set of SS rims that came with the kit that we built the this one here. We built the El Camino, and it had a case, or it had 4 SS wheels that we could use. So we could use the SS wheels if we wanted to, the Krager SS's. They would look nice. Figure that out in a minute. We've got our interior parts. We put our seats together right here. We've got our dashboard. We've got the console, the steering wheel, and the back seats right there, and door panels here that have to be painted, whatever we're going to do the interior. We have the pumpkin for the rear axle that needs to be chrome. We can paint this chrome too. It's just it's a dual air cleaner. Maybe we paint it chrome. We're not going to chrome up the engine a lot because there wasn't a lot of chrome for the engine. And that being said, we have the engine completely done except for the air cleaner, which is there, and for the fan and the fan belts. So we have to paint that. We have our this stuff that'll all be black, which is our fan belts, pulleys, and fan. So this will be all black. And then of course we have the coolant system here with the radiator and the shroud and stuff, and we will paint this black. And then we do have a piece, this is under here, so this is black. This is a dull black that is the fiberglass scoop that goes underneath the front. So, and somewhere, I don't see them, I don't see the mirrors. Where are the mirrors? I don't see them anywhere. I have to look. Oh, there they are. So here's the mirrors right here. That's what they are. So let's cut those so they go with the body to be painted. So take that, they go in body parts. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and paint all this stuff. We'll get it ready. We'll go paint it, and then we'll let it dry. And when we come back, we'll start assembly. So next time you see me, we'll go do paint. All right, guys, let me show you what we did so far. Actually, let me move my wallet there. So I'm just taking all the paints in. They've sat overnight because this blue was really, really soft. As you can see, it's harder now. But I used this black acrylic craft paint here to paint the rug and the floors in here. So next we will start putting everything together. We had to wait till the paint dried because for some reason blues and reds and oranges take a long time to get hard. So we're going to go ahead and start taking the pieces off of all the trees, and then next time you come in we'll start showing you what we're going to be doing to the body and the interior. Hey guys, so we've got some of the engine detailed. As you could see, we use Sharpies for that, and we'll use paint for the rest. We're not going to really have a lot of chrome on this because it's going to be like an engine standard out of the factory. And then we completed the exhaust and the rear suspension. As you can see, the suspension for these Camaros is kind of odd. They actually are kind of odd in real life. So it didn't take long. It took about 5 or 10 minutes, but it does take both hands, and you really got to pay attention to the instructions. But this is as detailed as we're getting on this particular bottom. I didn't want to do a ton of painting on it. I kind of want to make it something that's just like out of the factory, where they painted the whole car blue, and it's kind of a new, new Z28. So that's where we're at. We're going to let this dry overnight. We come back tomorrow, which will be Saturday before the Super Bowl, and we're going to finish this up. So if you're seeing this, hopefully I'll have this up the Saturday before the Super Bowl, because it's technically Friday night before the Super Bowl. But if not, it'll go up. I really want it to go up before the Super Bowl, but if not, it'll be up on Sunday. But go Eagles. All right, guys, so I just put it's the next morning, and I just glued the tires and rims. I decided, look, it came with the steel rims that are stock for Camaros and stuff of the time period. But honestly, every Camaro that I went to high school with had different wheels on it, and I believe Rick's had SS Kragers, but I like SS Kragers. They just go perfect with the early second generation Camaros. So these are just SS Kragers that I had from that El Camino kit left over. That's the dog. Detailed the bottom with Sharpies, like I said, and we painted the interior part there. So right now, we're just gonna let this sit flat for an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 till they're solid, and then we'll come back and we're gonna finish this up. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Set of Craft Smart paint pens over at Hobby Lobby. They come in a bunch of colors, so I'm going to use this one for the wood grain in the doors, but they have a whole bunch of them that you can buy. made this sheet. I went online, took a sheet of all the 70.5 Camaro Z28 interior pieces. So we're going to use the pen for the dashboard. Now the model kit comes with the gauges, but it doesn't come with anything for the dash. So we'll put this in the dash, wood grain. We'll put the wood grain over here on the side of the door panels here. But anyway, if you want this, I posted it up on my Facebook page. I've also posted in a couple of the Facebook model pages I did. But if you want, go to the Junkyards and Barn Finds group on Facebook, and you'll see it up there. I post things like this, so you can download it as a JPEG if you want to have some of these things. I put a lot of helpful stuff up there that you can download. All right, everybody, so here's the thing. I'm gonna make either a big mistake or it's gonna turn out how I want. So I want to put a vinyl roof on here because that's what my friend Rick's car had, was a black vinyl roof. So I have to, there's two things I can do. I can just use the Sharpie first and draw out the edge, which I'm going to probably do it that way. And then I'll paint using the black crafts paint like I did on the El Camino. I will paint on the black vinyl roof. Once I paint the black vinyl roof, if it doesn't go well, it's really going to screw this whole model up. But I really want to try it. So, because this doesn't come with a vinyl roof. But I want to put it on because that's what his car had. And I just kind of want to make this look like his car from high school. So, anyway, first thing is to take a Sharpie, because the vinyl roof on a Camaro has the chrome trim that goes around it. So if we do the chrome trim there, and we do the chrome trim here, as you can see, I already did the chrome trim for a hardtop, but now I gotta follow this body line. So there's that side. But it's going to be back here, but it doesn't, it's a little, I can't get it onto the trunk legs. Alright, so this wraps around here. Okay. So that's going to be this corner. I think that might be a little too sharp. Alright. And then this side is going to have to look the same. So we want this to window edge, follow the body contour, and around. We can make these wide because we're going to paint over this silver trim line anyway. So it's going to need a trim. Over there, make a nice fat trim line there. Nice fat trim line there. Nice fat trim line here. And like that. And so there we go. Okay, well, hopefully this will work and look correct, because we are a little bit too far gone at this moment. Okay, so there is the line, the body line. Okay. All right. Now, next thing will be to paint the. Where's my paint? I gotta get it. Alright, I gotta get my big thing of black paint, and you'll see me do this. I'm gonna let this dry for a minute or two, and then we will get started on that. This is what I'm using, which is a tube acrylic. It's what I use for my for the roofs, for vinyl roofs from the 70s. They're not as it's a little thicker than the regular craft paint. So you're gonna have to put on the first coat, let it dry real good, and then put the second coat on. So that way you get some texture. Well, I'm kind of happy with the way the roof came out, but I still have to put the trim on using my silver Sharpie again. So let's do that. right, everybody, so we got the engine in the Camaro, and so that's in, it's connected. So next we're going to do is put the interior in. Have the vinyl roof on there. We've got the interior in. If you can see, here's the interior with the dashboards and everything. So that is in, and I'm hoping, just because of the way it fits, I'm literally hoping it's in the way it's supposed to, because it kind of is concave, like if you look at it. But I mean, that's kind of how Camaros are. So hopefully the interior, the doors, they're supposed to kind of angle out a little bit. And then I just put on the cowl, which will not stay where it's supposed to. Come on, man. Okay. Next, we're going to put the windows in, and we use Mod Podge for that. If you've watched any of my 1,300 videos, the Mod Podge dries clear, so we can use that to put the glass in, and then once it's dry, it's clear. So that's the next thing we're gonna do, is put the glass in the body, and then we'll put the body on the chassis. So when you come back, it should be completely put together. Remember, you have to put the lights in from the back before you put this in. Also, if you're building this model kit right here, the one I'm building, the AMT 70.5, you need to put the grill into the body before you put it on. Also, your firewall gets put in as well into the body for some reason, instead of onto the where it would go there usually. So I don't know, that's how the instructions say. We'll figure it out here in just a second. All right, guys, so we have the car done. I think it came out really nice. I do like the hood, or the roof on it. It's not actually done yet, but the build for the most part is complete. We have to put the lights on, all the clear glass on the headlights and the marker lights. I just had to repaint the mirrors because they did not have enough paint on them. So we have the mirrors and we have the glass. Now, there is an issue with this that happened, and I just noticed it now. Been working so much on trying to get this thing to fit right, because the back was so sunken down that I did not realize that the back seat cover there is sticking up. And it is glued, and it is hard glued there. So, you know what? We're just going to ignore that. We're not even going to look at that. We're just going to pretend that didn't exist. Take a lesson out of Vice Grip Garage. If you watch Vice Grip Garage, we're just going to ignore that, because you can't really tell when you're looking at the car. With this one, what I had to do is kind of put a little bit of a lift kit on the springs. So in real life, if you want to lift your springs, there's some blocks that you can buy that go onto the springs. So these, I just had to put a lift kit so that it sat correctly. Now it sits great. I'll put the mirrors on. I have to put the stripes on. Everything else about this car is really a really nice kit. I do like it a lot. And there's the engine. So we had the power brakes in there. We put the hose on. Put the air cleaner on with the 350 sticker. It fits perfect under the hood. That's a really rarity with a lot of cars, is that it doesn't fit under the hood, but this one fits perfect under the hood. I like how my vinyl roof came out. So is it perfect? No. Is it a model car? Yeah. Is that why it's not perfect? Yeah. So, but I mean, it came out really nice. I'm going to put some license plates on it. We'll put the decals on it, and then we'll come back and show you what it's like with the mirrors, decals, and everything. So next time you see the car, it will be done. It will be complete. Alright guys, so here is the 1970 and a half Chevy Camaro Z28 125th scale, I believe. 125th scale from AMT. And as you can see, I did a little bit odd things to this one because I wanted to try them out and show you how to do it. Is I actually put a vinyl roof on this. Well, it's not really vinyl, obviously. We used craft paint, but we did a vinyl roof on here so that it would look very similar to my friend Rick's car. Now, Rick Kahn did not have stripes on his car, I do not believe. My memory's going back to around 1985. But this was pretty close to the color of his car, and he did have a black vinyl roof on it, and he did have the Krager SS's. This kit did not come with the Krager SS's. This kit came with the steel wheels that you see right there on the box, and they are still with the kit, but the steel wheels they have do not come with the chrome rings on it. And I did want to put Krager SS's on it because that's what my friend Rick's car actually had. I also don't know if his was a split bumper. I believe it was, but I could be wrong. Anyway, there's the 350 engine that comes with it. And I did put the sticker on there. I did it really, really stock. Black interior. And just made it to be a really, really nice model, display model. As you can see in the back window, as I pointed out before, for some reason, when I pushed the body on, it moved the back seat. And so the back cardboard part is not all the way back. That's just something I'm gonna have to live with because I didn't notice it till after I glued the body on. So we have this, and then of course underneath, very, very plain, like it came from the factory, with just a blue painted bottom, blue frame. Very basics. But I really like this model. It really looks good. I think it's a really nice display model. It goes along with the other Camaros I have. I do not have any of the second gen Camaros built yet. I have some in boxes waiting to go. But this was the first one. Now, if you notice, the lights right here are a little fogged up. That will go away. That is Mod Podge, and it takes about, when you seal them up behind the headlights, it does take quite some time for the Mod Podge to dry. So that'll be dry in about a day or two, and then these will be crystal clear. Anyway, I hope you like it. It's a fun build. It's a little tricky on the rear suspension. The fit is a little bit strange, but other than that, everything else went really well. I think it's a really good looking car. I love the 1970s, so this is going to be awesome for the collection. So I hope you like it. Thanks, guys. See you next time.